Hello guys, this is a very different video for my channel. It's actually a bit of a travelogue or vlog, and it's something that happened quite a few years ago. But I just thought it might be interesting. It's one of the most amazing few days I've had in my life. Yeah, I just thought it was a really interesting story to share, and like an amazing few days. Spent a few days with a good mate and saw some amazing cars and met some people that we'd seen on the TV, and it was just absolutely fantastic. Okay, so one of my friends at the time worked for Virgin as cabin crew, and she was going on a hen weekend with some friends to Las Vegas just for 3 nights. It was quite an empty flight, and she sort of called and said, we can get a couple of accompanied people on this flight with us. We've got 2 more people we can take along, and all it's going to cost you is tax. Would you like to come? So I called up a couple of mates. My good friend Dom came along. I haven't asked Dom about doing this video, so if he's in any of the photos or any of the footage, I'm going to put something over his face just to protect his privacy, because I've got no right to put videos of someone else on there without asking. So if you see a man with a smiley face as a head, that's Dom. So I had some points from all my years staying in Holiday Inns, and found out that the Venetian and Palazzo are part of the same reward scheme. So I booked us 3 nights at the Palazzo, which is an amazing hotel, and it cost us nothing. We got the cheapest hire car we possibly could, which in hindsight was probably a great move, because we had just such an atrocious car. It's unbelievable, and the amount of laughs we had driving it down the strip with gangster rap booming out of the windows. It was brilliant. And we decided to do a tour. Dom's a big car guy as well, and we wanted to do a tour of places from our favourite TV shows. Obviously we did a bit of drinking in between and saw some live music and did a bit of the Vegas stuff. But essentially we went for some of our favourite TV shows and did a little bit of a tour, and some great car events and things as well. Most of the video will be me just doing a voiceover on some footage and pictures and things like that. But yeah, I think there's some stuff in there that hopefully some of you find interesting, and hopefully some of you guys are as bigger fans of some of the people we met as me and Dom are. So yeah, enjoy. Just before we go any further, please give the video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. So here we go, London to Vegas. It's a long flight for 3 days, believe me. It's about 12 hours or so. And you land bang on the strip, as you can see there. It's just so close to the strip, the airport. It's unbelievable. And there's the hotel, the Palazzo. It's in an absolutely great position. So it's kind of joined onto the Venetian, and you walk from one to the other without realising it, to be fair, downstairs, right opposite the Fashion Show Mall, Treasure Island, just up the road from Winners next door, and it's just up the road from Caesar's Palace, Bellagio, etc. It's in a fantastic position, and it's just a phenomenal hotel. And then there's the room. So your room's got 2 levels there. That's the lounge area. And then you've got 2 massive double beds up there, which I think are probably king or super king. And then huge bathroom, that's probably like 2/3 of it. The view from the window there, you're looking at the Fashion Show Mall, and then you've got Mr. Trump's hotel in the background. We all love him, don't we? There's Treasure Island and the Mirage out of a filthy window. There's the canals in the Venetian that everyone's probably quite familiar with. And you can see all the decoration and stuff is something else in the place. Carlo's Bake Shop, if you've ever seen that show on Discovery. And there we go, just some more interior shots of the hotel. Now, here is the hire car. Look at that beastie. It's a Toyota Versa, I think, which is basically a Yaris saloon. And I mean, it says it all. It's about a 1.3 with an automatic gearbox from the 1970s in it, I think. So this is when we're going off to the Shelby Museum. You can see how relatively close it is to the strip. I mean, it's 5 minutes in the car. there's the Toyota parked next to the Shelby racing lorry, and there's the 2 of us out front. Yeah, and the factory's there as well, I might add. So that's number 1. That's the first ever Shelby, the prototype. They said Carroll Shelby got offered $30 million for that, like 10 years prior to his death, so you can imagine what that thing might be worth now. I mean, there's like the museum area, and then you look through these windows and you can see all the production line and some really interesting stuff going on in there. And you could just stand and watch it all day if you like. As you can see, some just super cool cars in there and some really interesting pieces. It's too long ago now for me to remember the story for each and every one, but some of the stuff was just out of this world. See that one there is on loan from Pat Shelby, a GT350 there, a classic Shelby Mustang. Yeah, great place to go and visit. Free to go in as well. So this was just a cool old diner we went to. Like it's been in a couple of movies, this place, so we went and visited it. And you just sit at the counter, order from the chef, and it was just so cool. It was just so very American diner in every way. While we were sitting in there, a couple of bounty hunters came in for their breakfast as well, fully tooled up. So that was an interesting moment. So where are we off to next, folks? We're going to Gold and Silver Pawn Shop from Pawn Stars. I watched this show years ago. I haven't watched it much of late, but I used to watch it a fair bit and found it reasonably entertaining. So we wanted to go and visit. It's basically, once you get in there, there are a few items in there that you can buy that are genuine sort of pawn shop items, but it's largely just a really awful gift shop. And there's some of the big ticket items there that you can buy, but a lot of it is just crud, just like commemorative coins and things, and it's just a bit of a naff gift shop. So that was a real letdown. Where are we going now? We're going over to Count's Kustoms. Okay, so again, you can see it's so close to the strip. There's Horny Mike's Boss for fans of the show, and the famous front door. This again is all completely free. You just go in, wander around. It's like a self-guided tour, so you're just walking through the place by yourself. There's a gift shop in there. Nobody hassles you, nobody bothers you. Just absolutely brilliant. Fantastic place to go and see. We didn't actually see any of the cast at this one. We didn't really see anyone there, to be honest. Just a couple of other tourists wandering around. But it was very quiet, and you could spend all day there, and no one seemed to mind. Very, very cool. Plenty of familiar sights there, I'm sure, if you're a fan of the show. And then just up the road is WelderUp, which, if you don't know WelderUp, you probably should. It didn't used to be there when we visited this trip. It was in the desert a little bit. It was about a 20-minute drive out. But these guys treated us like royalty. We just turned up out of the blue. There's Steve Darnell, who owns the business and is a bit of a legend on the rat rod scene. There's Travis Von Dieter, again, complete sort of legend. There's Kramer, such a nice guy. You probably are familiar with a lot of these cars. At the time, they was in the old shop, the original shop, and we just turned up out of the blue, stuck our head in the door, said hello, and they just came in and said, you know, what are you guys doing here? You sound like you're from England. And we said, yeah, we're here for a few days, and we just really wanted to come and see this place and, you know, visit you guys. And they were just could not have been nicer. They invited us to spend the whole day there if we wanted, literally bending over backwards to show us around. I mean, Travis showed me around a lot of the cars personally. Showed me what he was currently working on. He showed me his own bike. Steve Darnell showed me a couple of the cars personally. They were just absolutely unbelievable. Now they've moved onto the strip and it's become much more of a tourist hotspot, and I think they do paid tours and stuff now. But I absolutely strongly recommend it, because they're just such knowledgeable guys and such nice guys. And the stuff they do really is art. They are taking complete and utter rusty rubbish and making art from it. And seriously, haven't got enough good things to say about it. We were just totally blown away by the whole thing, and just really couldn't believe how much of their time they gave us. They were gearing up to start shooting the second season on the day we went, so we met one of the TV producers as well. And there were a few cars we couldn't take pictures of because they were about to appear in season 2. But they were so cool about it all. Yeah, really, really great. It's nice to see them actually working on cars as well when we were there, which you don't always expect from these TV shows. You don't know how much of it is smoke and mirrors, but yeah, absolutely brilliant. Loved it. And if you go to Vegas, go and visit WelderUp. Okay, so the next car event we did, we went to Cars and Coffee, which was a little bit off the strip, probably about 10-15 minute drive away. And this was on, I think it was a Sunday morning. As you can see, it's just like as they call it, a strip mall. We call it a retail park. But people just gather in their hordes with exciting cars. Some of them modern, some of them classic, most of them with lots of horsepower. And again, once somebody heard that we were English, just spotted our accent, he basically gave us a guided tour of the whole thing, took us around, introduced us to all his friends. They showed us the rare and the weird and the wonderful, and just cannot believe how friendly people are over there. And can you imagine that happening here? You know, an American turning up to a UK car meet, and somebody merely hearing they're from America and then just dropping everything they're doing, leaving their group of friends and spending the next hour walking them round and introducing them to people and showing them cars. It just wouldn't happen, would it? Just such nice people. Again, free event. It's just, I think it's every Sunday morning. It's not too far away from the strip, so if you've got a hire car, it's an easy one, or you could even get a cab down there. I dare say someone would give you a lift back to the hotel. But you can see like some of the muscle cars and stuff on show were just out of this world, and some really weird and wonderful things as well. So after Cars and Coffee, I think I've just got some random pictures from the rest of our trip. So that was Kiss Mini Golf. We went and played opposite the Hard Rock Casino. That was great. Then of course we had to go and fire some guns. This is at Machine Guns Vegas, which is just off the strip. There are lots of options, but that one looked good to us. I just went with a 9mm and you know, took my frustrations out on that target. We did have a couple of beers along the way in the evenings. Guy Fieri's Vegas Kitchen and Bar, if you know him from that TV show that he does. We're in M&M's world here, which is like a 4-story M&M shop. There's another random lifted car. I do love a lifted pickup. That's quite a cool shot from our wing mirror. This was the $7.77 special that's not on the menu in the Hard Rock that we picked up. There's the MGM Grand, like 5,000 hotel rooms in there. There's me playing on the tables, and I soon realised that was not for me after losing. This is in the Hooters Hotel and Casino. That's one of their NASCARs. And yeah, just some random Vegas shots here, things that couldn't be more Vegas if they tried, really. So this was quite cool. There's some kind of British bar, and they had a London taxi to give you a free ride there. This is when I won $6 and made it rain in the casino floor of the Palazzo. That's a custom car outside the New York, which I think might be a Chip Foose. This is the Pepper Mill, which is an amazing place. It was in Casino, actually, in a scene in Casino. And it's just the coolest diner stroke cocktail bar you've ever been in your life. It's so 70s, sort of Vegas gangster. It's unbelievable. There we are having a beer whilst listening to some country music at Toby Keith's Bar and Grill. And then, yeah, I had to go and do a bit of shopping, didn't I, as I was going home. Thanks ever so much, guys. See you next time.